Greatness comes with building and creating enemies. Now, it might not necessarily be your fault, but that is the reality of the way life operates. When you are great, you're no longer the average. You are the exception. And when you're the exception, jealousy rises, narratives rise, people downplaying your achievements rise. And that is the truth. People, many people are rotten at their core. Many people will claim they're good people. But the reality is, none of us are really that good, right? In terms of society standpoint, yeah, a lot of us can actually be very great. We follow the law, pay taxes, yada, yada, yada. But when it comes to the real world, a lot of us are a lot more rotten than we think. The difference is some of us are self aware while others aren't. But, anyways, right? You have to realize when you are great, you are kind of the exception. You are, you know, the anomaly. And that will always cause traction. It could be positive, but it could also be negative. And usually it comes with both. You have to realize it is inevitable that people won't like you, but people will not like you even more when you are great, when you are outspoken, when you're trying to be different, when you are genuinely trying to create and pave a path in this life. Okay. Listen, it could be even just between your family, or it could be a name that will be remembered for the rest of history. It does not matter. Even something like having a true loving relationship will have people be jealous and wish harm for you. You realize that, right? Because they'll realize that, wow, you found your one, you found that person, you're lucky, and they will start to resent you for it. And think about it. That's kind of messed up because there's enough love in this world for everyone to find their partner, for everyone to be loved. But still, people are going to be people. Listen, man, Jesus Christ, the greatest man that ever walked earth. I don't care if you don't believe in him. Go do research, right? The history shows it, the evidence shows it, the science shows it, the mathematics show it. Okay? He existed. He is real. Okay, not only is he real, but he's the way, the truth, and the life. He was crucified and killed over nothing. You understand? He did nothing wrong. But because he was creating lots of motion, because he was paving a new way, because he was speaking the truth and pointing out people's corruption, people's evil, people's flawed ideologies, he ultimately got killed for that. Now, listen, he already knew in this scenario, he already knew that this was inevitable. And he knew that ultimately that we are never going to be good enough and perfect in God's eyes, which is why he ultimately got sacrificed, right? He took the nail on the cross for us so that we can go to heaven as long as we believe in him. Now, I'm not going to preach too much about, the whole religious side or about Christ, but the point still stands. If people are willing to kill the most perfect man that ever roamed this earth, what makes you think, at the bare minimum, people won't hate you if you're great at something? Even if it's one subject, even if it's just maybe a character trait, maybe it's even if it's you being willing to speak out on certain things, or even better, you are able to be your true self no matter what. People will like that and people will dislike that. People will like that because you're unique and you're different. People will dislike it because they feel like they're trapped in a box and that they can't express themselves, and they will hate that they are this way and they will hate on you. Either way, whether the greatness is on a very small and personal scale or on a global scale, You will have hate. It is inevitable. Okay. It's just the way humans are, unfortunately. That is why you need to learn not to care. That is why you need to learn to double down and triple down on your character, who you are, what you want to create. You understand? Listen, if you want less haters, simply stay in the shadows. Try to be neutral about every single topic in life. Never be yourself and keep a distance. Keep a distance. But guess what? That will cause you to be in the shadows forever. That will ultimately mean that you were never your true self. You never shined with the potential that you had. And ultimately, you'll live a very, very sad life. The reality is, lots of us can be great at something, but most of us are scared. Most of us are scared because we're scared of the hate that's to come. But guys, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. And it is better to be loved and hated for who you truly are, for what you create in this world, for you having, that great life, being the exception, than to forever be quote unquote loved and tolerated. Because it's not love, it's more like being tolerated. Then, it's just, it doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't make sense. I I have this thing where sometimes I have like two or three thoughts I want to say at the same time, and I just kind of stop myself. But listen, bro, if the reality is, man, if you don't strive to be great, or you don't strive and, double down on your greatness or on your strengths, you will ultimately end up in that pool where you will just simply be tolerated by people because you're just an average Joe. You will just be in the shadows. You'll be lost, forgotten, never live up to your true potential. Don't be like that. It is better to be loved and hated for you being the exception, for you being great, for you actually trying, for you speaking the truth, for you standing on business, than for you to be in the shadows and not even loved, but tolerated. You understand? If you stay in the shadows and you never try your best, you never put yourself out there, you never try to be great, you never try to pave the way, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's something in historically, you will always simply just be tolerated by a bunch of people who would throw you away and dislike you the moment you are your true self. Don't be that person that ends up in the shadows. Don't be that person that tells himself that sad story that they can't, that it's too late, that they're scared, that, whatever. Listen, try, do, readjust, and go. You understand? And just repeat it. Understand that it is inevitable to have haters and people try to destroy your name, say something false about you, have a false perception about you when you are great at something or when you strive for greatness. Human nature at the end of the day, it is what it is. But once you accept this reality, it doesn't matter. Hate does not matter. Living your true self, living your life, living with knowing that you did something great. Once again, in your own personal life, on a very small scale or on a global scale, will always infinitely be the better choice and the better destiny than for you to forever stay in the shadows. Once again, being just simply tolerated, not loved, but tolerated by a bunch of people that would turn on you the moment you are your true self. That is ultimately it. I know, I know this is not the reality some people want to hear, but this is the reality. And you can either just embrace it and realize, hey, you know what? This is just the way the world works. Or you can simply stay in the shadows forever, end up on your deathbed, and realize that you wasted your life, you wasted your potential, you wasted that potential relationship, you wasted that potential career of yours. You simply wasted that potential. Haters will hate, screw them all. They could all burn in hell for all I care. All right, sounds a little bit mean. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Okay. And you probably saw my other video. If you died today, my life wouldn't change. That is the exact mentality I have towards these people, towards most people. And you need to adapt this type of mentality. Okay. Stop being the nice guy or the nice woman. Stop playing nice. Okay. Stop tolerating people's garbage because these are the same people that are going to try to tear you down once you go for greatness. I love you guys so much. I'm always going to keep it real here. If that's too much for you, go watch somebody else. Right? I really, from the bottom of my heart, could not give a shit. I know this sounds like a little bit of a bitter ending, but I really need to emphasize this, right? I really need to emphasize this because this channel will grow. This channel will become big one day. And I don't want a bunch of subscribers that are fucking retards, respectfully, respectfully. So probably took a crazy turn because I was talking very, very nice and I was trying to be more articulate and etc. But hey, in order to be great, you got to be yourself. Love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.